Hi, I'm Helen from Heritage Garden Seeds, and today I'm going to show you how to sow asparagus. Now, growing your asparagus from seed does take a little bit of time, but I like to think of it as an investment in the future. So seed-grown asparagus will often grow into stronger plants because they adapt to your unique growing conditions right from the beginning. So like I say, an investment in the future. But once they start producing, you can reap the rewards for decades. So it is an investment that I think is well worth making. So you can sow your asparagus seeds from January until around about April, and I'm going to sow mine into these small seed trays. Now you can soak your asparagus seeds in water if you like before sowing, and that just helps to break down the seed barrier, but it's not essential and it's not something that I have ever struggled with. So I'm just going to sow mine straight from the seed packet without the soaking. But if you want to soak your seeds, it's personal preference. So I fill my seed tray with compost. And the asparagus seeds are quite a nice size as well, so they're easy to sow. So I'm just going to scatter those onto the surface of the compost. I'm not going to sow the whole packet, I'm going to keep some behind. And then you can cover your seeds with a thin layer of compost, so around about 1 centimetre or so, or I'm actually going to use this horticultural grit. Now, horticultural grit is something I'm having a lot of success with, even for things like surface sown seeds. If just a thin layer of grit just helps to keep that moisture in. It is absolutely not essential. Compost works absolutely fine, so don't feel the need to go out and buy any horticultural grit. It's just something that really works well for me, and I thought I would share that with you. And then we're just going to lightly water those seeds. I'm going to pop my propagator lid on because I'm going to keep these inside to germinate, and the propagator lid will just help to create kind of greenhouse effect, and again just help keep that moisture in the environment. If you don't have a propagator lid, don't worry, you can use like a clear plastic bag or something. A propagator is not essential. There are plenty of alternatives that you can use. So we want to pop these somewhere that's about 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to pop these inside on a heated propagator, but if you pop them near a warm radiator or something, that will work just as well. Germination on asparagus seeds can be slow and uneven, so don't worry if you don't see the seedlings come up all at the same time. Once your seedlings have germinated and are large enough to handle, we can look to prick those out and transplant them either into large module trays or into small pots where we can grow them on. We're not actually going to plant our asparagus seedlings into their final growing positions in the first year. In the first year, we're going to keep them in the greenhouse so that they're nice and protected, so they can get through the first winter just with that bit of extra protection, and then we will look to transplant those in year 2. So then in year 2, around about April time, our young plants will have developed a nice strong root system, and they will be eager to go into the ground, into their final growing positions, and grow on even further. So at that point, we're going to find ourselves a nice sunny spot, plenty of space, and a nice free draining soil. And then we're going to plant our asparagus plants into trenches around about 20 centimetres deep. And then, a little bit like potatoes, we will gradually backfill that trench as our asparagus plants grow. Obviously, like everything that we grow, we want to keep the area weed free and well watered during dry spells. And then in the second year, we can take a very, very light harvest, but we don't want to take too much because we don't want to stress the plant. Ideally, you want to wait till year 3, and you can harvest the spears when they're about 15 to 20 centimetres tall in the spring. And it is such an exciting time in the spring when the asparagus starts to pop its little head up. You just know that spring is here, and it's just good times ahead. So we don't want to keep harvesting our asparagus during the year. We want to stop harvesting the spears when they become thinner, and then just allow the plant to grow on. And then we have this beautiful foliage that we can use in cut flower arrangements and things like that, and it just allows the plant to store its energy for next year. And then each year you'll just notice your crop getting stronger and stronger. So I really hope that you enjoy growing asparagus from seed. I know it takes a little bit of time to see those results, but I hope that once you start to harvest your asparagus spears, you will appreciate that it was just well worth the effort. If you have any questions at all about this video, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. The best place is always Instagram. We are at Heritage Garden Seeds, or of course you can reach out to me on email. The email address is hello@heritagegardenseeds.com.